Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So I will be doing an unhaul video today. I actually have way too many books that I'm unhauling, so I don't think it'll fit in one video under 15 minutes. So I think I'll probably have to do more parts to this video. I don't know if it'll be 2 or 3, but let's get started with the first set of books. And yeah, let's just get started. I have so many to give up. So the first book I'm unhauling is called Between the Worlds. It's a fantasy book about these two friends that go to this tree. They've heard about this tree. You can make a wish and it'll come true. They get transported into this fantastic world. It's full of fantasy and creatures and darkness and all this stuff. And with the help of a new friend they find there, they end up having to save the world. And that is what the story is about. It's really fun. It's cute. It's easy to read. It has this cool feature where if you download an app, you can actually see the pictures in here come to life. So they're actually pop out of the page and they're animated and it's really cool. I've never seen a book do that before. And let me show you guys one of the pictures because they're really, really pretty and super colorful. So yeah, and I really enjoyed this book. It was fun, easy. I don't see the need to keep it, but I really enjoyed it when I read it. Then there's this one which I read over the readathon, the magical readathon, and it was a cute little true story animal adventure book. And the next one I won in a giveaway, but it's not really my sort of book. It's called Our Story Begins. It's a bunch of authors who write, who have artwork in here and stories they wrote when they were really little. Like it'll have a picture of like them as a kid too. And these are some of the authors. It's a really cute book, but I don't see myself reading it, and I need the space. Another one I got in the same giveaway was this Organize Your Way kind of thing. It just gives you tips about organizing your stuff. And then this is just a random one I got a long time ago. I was in a phase a few years ago where all I wanted to do was read about animals and get comics about animals and real life stories about animals. I actually kept the real life stories, but I'm letting go of some of the comics and cute, funny stuff and tips and stuff for your pets. So there's one. Another one I never got around to was a conspiracy alchemists. It's about warlords and alchemists and kind of the battle they have. Excuse me. But even though it sounds really interesting and I would love to read this book, and I'm sorry about my voice. Oh my gosh. I think it's the change in climate. It goes from hot to humid to cold to rainy to hot again. I don't know what's going on with California, but it's really weird. And I think I'm just getting like really, my throat is just confused. But this book is a book in a series, and that's the reason I'm getting rid of it. I have way too many series and single books that I need to get to, so I'm getting rid of this one. But it does sound really fun, and it's a shame that I'm going to get rid of it, but I need the space. Another one is Armageddon Summer. I don't really remember what this is about. Not something that really calls to me, so I'm not going to get around to it. And then there's this one. It's called The Drafter. I remember buying this because of the cover. I thought it was really beautiful, and I thought it had to do with time travel. I really don't know what it has to do with, to be honest. I do think it does have to do with time travel, though, because it says live draft repeat. So I don't know. But anyways, the reason I'm getting rid of this is also the reason I'm getting rid of the Alchemist one. It's a part of a series, and I just can't afford to get into another series right now. I have too many on my TBR that I need to get to. Okay, another series I'm getting rid of is the Matched series. I actually read this a while back. I love dystopian books. It was an enjoyable read. I wouldn't say it's a favorite of mine, but I enjoyed it. I just don't see a reason to keep it. I kept it because of the covers. I really like the covers, but I need the space, and so I'm finally letting go. It wasn't like the best series in the world, but it was a fun read. So I'm letting go of the whole series. I don't know where the other two are. They might be in the other bags, but the whole series is being let go of in this unhaul. Next one is called Hereafter. I got this at a thrift store. I just got it based on the cover. It looked interesting, but I think it's like a paranormal kind of book, so I just don't think I'll ever really get to it. So I'm letting go of this one as well. And yeah. Hey guys, sorry about that. So the next book is, like I said, the Match series. I found the other book. So this is Reached, and there's also Matched, which is the first one. Next one I also got in a giveaway. It's called Shortcut Your Startup. It's if you're going to start up a business. It's not something I'm interested in, so I'm getting rid of that one as well. And then the next few books I'm getting rid of are The Lightning Thief. These are the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. I read this a while back. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm happy I read it, but it wasn't a favorite series of mine. It was enjoyable enough that I recommend people read it, but I just don't see myself ever rereading this series or anything. And the characters aren't like something that I adored, like Harry Potter or The Hunger Games. So I'm definitely getting rid of it, but I loved it. It was a fun read. Next one is The Sea of Monsters, which is also part of that series. The Battle of the Labyrinth, which is also part of that series. Pretty much the whole series. Titan's Curse. And I do love the covers. I think the covers are really, really pretty. So I'm getting rid of those. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, the next ones I'm getting rid of are actually Stephen King books. I've never read a Stephen King's book, but I do have quite a few. And I decided to keep the ones I'm most interested in. So over time I've been collecting them kind of. I only have like 5 right now. They're really big and long, and I just need to be in the mood for those kind of books. So I'm getting rid of this one. It's Stephen King's Cell and Stephen King's Salem's Lot. And I kept kind of like the sci-fi-ish ones. Another book I'm getting rid of is this one, Planet Dog. It was during that animal phase. It has cool tidbits about animals, like famous animals, what you shouldn't feed animals, cool tricks and tips about having an animal. I forget what else is. About breeds. It has tons of information about breeds. I don't know. Just a lot of cool stuff. It's a really cool book. I just don't have space for it anymore. Oh, and there's another Stephen King book, Bag of Bones. And then I'm getting rid of this book. I forget what this is. This is, I believe it's a sci-fi fantasy one. I'm not sure. It's called Earthquake. It looks super interesting. I remember it sounded super interesting. Let me just quickly... Okay, yeah. This is the second book in a series. I didn't know that when I got it. And I just can't afford, like I said, to get into another series. So that's why I'm letting it go. But it has to do with like an Earth girl and a space boy, I think. And like they meet up and stuff happens. And she's some kind of like special Earth person that has powers or something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember kind of. But yeah, it sounded super interesting and cool, but I just can't get to it. Another one that's not really my style is this paranormal one, and it's called Hex. I remember getting this book along with the other paranormal one, even though I'm not really into those kind of books, but I thought it would be interesting. I just don't see myself reading it. It's been there for a long time. But the cool thing about this is that the actual book without the cover looks like a spell book, which is really, really cool. I think that's really neat. I love when books have that, but it's not a reason enough for me to keep it. So I'm letting go with that one. Then there's this one. It's called Miss Malou. I read this book. I loved it. I think it's super cute and super adorable and an easy read. I totally recommend it. It's just super cute, especially if you like Anne of Green Gables, which I love. I love Anne of Green Gables. This reminded me of Anne of Green Gables. There's even a point in here where she accidentally does a little party and accidentally gets the liquor, the alcohol, and everybody kind of gets tipsy and stuff. And that happened in Anne of Green Gables, and it reminded me of that. And there's actually like cool little art stuff in here as well. It's such a cute book. It's really cute. She's an orphan just like Anne of Green Gables. So I really like this book. It was cute, but I don't have room for it anymore. And then the next one I'm getting rid of is this huge book because I didn't know it was a series as well. And I got it based on the cover. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it looked interesting, so it's probably interesting. But it's part of a series, so I just... look how big this is. I'm not going to get into another really huge series, but it's really pretty without the cover. It just looks beautiful. And yeah, it has to do with angels, I think. But yeah, I'm just getting rid of that one. Another one is this one. It's just a cat book. It just has different breeds and stuff and tells you about them. I've had this since I was in elementary school. I've always been a cat lover, and I've always had cat in my life. At least one cat. Well, I've always only had one cat in my life at different phases of my life. And it's the first time I don't have a cat. But I've had this book because my mom got it for me when I was in elementary, and I love this book. It's so cute, and it's really hard to let go of, but I need the space, and I think it's time that I let go of it. But it was such a cute, I have a lot of good memories with this book. Next is a series that I actually got off of a thrift store. They had a sale, and they had all these books, and I like getting like sets and hoping that they're complete. And then I found out that this one has a lot more books to it, so I'm just not going to get into it. I've never really been into the whole vampire thing. I read Vampire Academy. I think that's the only vampire series I've read. And I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. But I enjoyed it. I would still recommend it. It was really good. But just to get into that again, I don't think it'll happen. The only one that I'm keeping is Twilight, because eventually I do want to read it just to say that I've read it. And so that is this Blue Bloods novel. It's by Melissa de la Cruz, and they had this set and this single book, and I thought, oh, this is probably the complete set. It's not the complete set. There's so many more books to this, I believe, so I'm just getting rid of this whole set. And another set that I thought I had the whole thing of, I thought maybe it was a duology because it was there, and the covers were really pretty. Is this a series? I don't know what the series itself is called, but these two books are called Captivate and Entice, and I believe the first book is called Need, and there's more books to it, but I can't get into another series. It's just not going to happen. I don't even know what this is about, to be honest. Yeah, I have no idea, but it looks really pretty. And then the last book in this video, at least, is What the Valley Knows. I got this in a giveaway from the author, which was really sweet. She sent me a note, and she sent me a really pretty keychain. I read this book. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was an easy read. It's a contemporary one. It touches on something really serious, and it's a romance. So it was a nice read, though. It was an easy, nice read, and it was an okay read. I enjoyed it. Again, I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. And that's it for this video, because I'm pretty sure it went over 15 minutes, and I still have to do the other bags, and I'll do that in a different video. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!